Hello, it's Coach Charlie with Attack Basketball Academy. Have you ever had a coach give you feedback based upon watching film and you were amazed at their insight? Or have you ever been in a game and suddenly, or it seemed to you, you got pulled out for no apparent reason? See, I don't want you to be confused or wonder anymore. As a premier basketball player developmental coach, I want to empower you to watch live basketball games or game film with the eyes of a coach. So today in this video, I'm going to show you how to watch basketball like a coach. In this video, I'm going to share with you the surefire way to know what your coach is thinking during games. Then I'm going to show you how to take charge of your playing time. With this little trick, you can be confident you will spend the majority of your time on the court, not on the bench. Last, I'm going to show you how to figure out the little known factors that your coaches are looking for to determine who gets the most minutes on your team. Let's get right into the surefire way to know what your coach is thinking during games. See, you want to know your coach's playbook on both sides of the basketball. See, what are they thinking on offense? What are they thinking on defense? What are they thinking on transition breaks? We just think about a transition break being on offense, from defense to offense to fast breaks, but what are they thinking about how to get back after playing offense, whether you score or not? That's what we call a defensive fast break. What are their thoughts on putting pressure on their basketball, full court, half court? What are their thoughts about, if you're playing defense, I should say, let me set you up, you're playing defense, do you pass, do you go in the passing lane after the pass is made, right? Do you proactively go or you wait? Like, what are they thinking, right? I mean, everyone's different. But you want to get to know your coach's playbook like you know your social security number. If you don't know that, let me give you something different. You want to know your coach's playbook like you know your birth date. You want to know it by heart. Because that's what your coach is thinking the majority of the game, right? And I don't want to go into the second point because your coach's playbook is going to involve this next piece. So stay tuned. Before I show you how to take charge of your playing time, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out videos daily to help develop you into a premium basketball player. Don't miss out on the content. Click the subscribe button. Now let's talk about how to take charge of your playing time. We talked about first getting to know your coach's playbook, right? Now you got to understand this. You got to understand who are your coach's faves, short for favorite. I'm going to keep it real. I hear it all the time, so let's address it. Yes, your coaches have favorite players. And the majority of the time, the favorite players coaches have are the players they feel confident that they will make plays with. They know the mistakes they're going to make. They're going to live with it. They know the plays they're going to make up for making mistakes, and they're going to live with it. Right? And I'll keep it real with you even further. You may play harder than the faves in practice. You may. Faves may get a slight kind of time to kind of take off a little bit. And I'm going to tell you what that call in a second. Right? But when faves play, they bring it. They understand that. They play at a pace. Right? You got to figure out how to be in your coach's faves. Right? Right? And you got to figure out how to get into that group. We got 5 players that's going to play, obviously 5 positions, right? You're going to have your coach's fave take up those 5 spots. You got to figure out how to be what I call in that group. If you're not in the top 5, you got to be in group 6, 7, 8, right? You have to be in that group. 12 people on a team, I highly think it might be 15 people, right? But the top 8's going to play. 1 through 5 is going to play a lot. 6, 7, 8 is going to play according to how they play. And I want to give you this. It's all going to come down to the margin of error. See, the top 5 players, they get a lot of playing time. They've built a lot of margin for error. They can make mistakes, but again, the coaches know it. They know, but also they know the coach's playbook. Right? They are the leaders on the court. Okay? 6, 7, 8, you really may not have a lot of margin for error. You make a mistake, you may be subject to come out. You're subjective, right? According to how you play. The faves are objective. They can play bad, but they're going to get the majority of minutes. Because of that, they're going to play very confident. Now that you know what your coach is thinking and how to create margin for error for yourself, I wanted to comment below with the word coach to let us know you've learned something about this video and you're ready to use your new knowledge to watch basketball with a fresh set of eyes like a coach. Go ahead and drop coach in the comments. Now I'm going to show you how to figure out the little known factors that coaches look for in determining who gets the most minutes on every team. First, go watch a game with your basketball coach. You will be amazed not only at the insight as I talked about earlier, but you'll be amazed at the insight you will catch as your coach may be able to point out a thing or two that they've shared with you before and then went right over your head. We call that a blind spot. You couldn't even see it, but now your coach puts you in a position as you go watch a game with them and say, hey, see, this is what I've been talking about. See, now it's more documentation than conversation. See, in conversation, you may have missed it. You couldn't see it. Now you got a chance to document it, to see it for yourself, what your coach has been saying to you. And I'm sharing your firsthand account from my high school coach, Coach Charlie Funk. See, I would go reluctantly to games with him, meaning I didn't want to go. Say, what's the point of going to games with you? That makes no sense. But then after a while, I couldn't wait to go because he was giving me a lot of game, so to speak, a lot of feedback, right, on watching teams that we're going to play against, and they're playing against a marquee player, so they're going to trap him, try to speed him up. So I would get a first-hand account on what to do and what not to do because I went with my high school coach who had the playbook, who put me in position to succeed, right? We would then go watch college and professional games. So now this is him teaching me how to borrow from the promise of the future to really stay focused on today's activities I was in. So now imagine being a 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grader in high school, and I'm getting a chance to go watch the schools like University of Miami, Florida State in the state of Florida, the Miami Heat back in the day when they first just got to Miami at the time. I'm watching people I want to become like. And now he's giving me how you got to work on your body, you got to work on your mind. Look how this person comes off the screen. Look how they're playing defense. Look how the bench is still engaged because this guy fired up, but he's still up and at it. See, man, I got a whole chance to understand how to become a whole player, right? Not just a physical specimen that can shoot it and dribble and dunk it. No, a whole complete player. Understanding your mentality, understanding your physicality, your body, your size, your endurance. Totally get all that. Totally get the mind part too, but also the emotional part. See, my coach taught me how to see this game emotionally with the emotional intelligence. Then it came down to my technique, the way I actually moved on the court, right, with grace and ease. I watched it because I learned it from him. He had me watch other players that were great. And then lastly, how to become a great teammate, the social aspect of it, right? So I got a chance to really steal a lot of my coach's traits to help me become great as a player. And see, if you understand that, that's going to be the determining factors that's going to help you get a lot of playing time. Because again, not only are you going to know the coach's playbook, right? Not only are you going to understand how to gain margin for error because you want to be in the top 8 rotation for me, right? Top 8, 9 rotation, depending on how many players you got, no more than 15, right? But then you start to seek the feedback and ask a lot of questions about yourself, to yourself, and you start asking your coach based upon what you watched at other games, and guess what? Because of that, you're going to start gaining favor. Because now your coach is going to see you more as a student of the game, and all students become coaches. If they don't become coaches, become teachers. Trust me, I am a perfect example of it. Now that you know how to watch basketball games like a coach, how would you like to have a guide that covers all the must-know basketball principles and in what situation to apply them? Well, you are in luck. If you click on the link in the description of this video below, You can download the guide I put together as my gift to you. Enjoy it and keep attacking.